Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Valerie. Alright guys, so we're doing a brand new thing today. I'm super excited for it and I hope you guys are too. So today I am going to be talking about ways to save money. Alright, so who doesn't love to save money? I think everybody does. So these are ways that I have trying to implement this last few weeks and going forward. Save money in my everyday finances because I need to save money for my retirement. And I want to get debt free. And I don't really have a lot of debt, but I still feel like I have too much. So I wanted to become debt free so that when I move into retirement, my retirement will be a lot smoother and easier for me. So if you don't know, I am 57 years old, so retirement is coming quickly. And I have already started some retirement things several years ago. So I hope to just have a friendly chit chat with you guys about some of this stuff and start really gearing my channel a little bit more to being more financial, savvy, to save money and not always be all about spending. And so if you haven't seen my changes for my channel video, you may want to watch that before you watch any of the saver stuff. So that being said, let's get going, guys. Okay, so this year I know has been very difficult for a lot of us financially. And as the year has gone on, it's just getting more and more difficult. And what has made me realize that I really need to crack down on my budget and my spending is a lot of things going up in price. So it started out, I think, with a lot of us, groceries, of course, and gas. We have been dealing with that for more than what we should have been dealing with, it being up high. And in my area, I've heard some areas it's gone down, and it kind of goes down for like a day or two, and then it flies back up as far as gas. And same with, groceries, they're fluctuating. Sometimes they're back down, sometimes they go back up. So I feel like I'm still spending a lot more money in groceries and food and in gas itself right there. So that was one reason that has motivated me to really get on the ball. And then everything else has gone up too. My homeowner's insurance went up this year. Thank goodness my car insurance has stayed the same, but my homeowner's insurance has went up. So therefore my house payments went up. Let's see what else. My trash service, the trash people that come and pick, it has gotten ungodly. It is up high, and I don't know how much longer I continue to pay for that because it is just draining me. And if for those of you who don't know, I am single. I'm a single income, so everything I have to pay for everything. I don't have somebody paying half of everything or a second paycheck I can that helps me out. I don't have any of that, so it's difficult for, I know, you single people out there. And I know it's difficult for those of you who are married and have children as well. It's been difficult for a lot of us. I feel for everybody. So another thing, recently in my area, in the last month and a half to 2 months, our electric and gas bills have went. I bet mine has went up 55-60%. And it is ungodly. And I live in my home I built 10 years ago. So my house is pretty well insulated. It has newer windows. It has a newer roof. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's been very good as far as being energy efficient. I purchased all new appliances back then. So that's all energy efficient. So everything in my home was put in was energy efficient, and it still has went up about 55-60%. And I'm just flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. I And so some of today's video, I'm going to be telling you some things that I'm doing to cut costs. That is what has broke the camel's back. And that has been putting me in a bind to like really not being able to be so free with my budget. It's been tight, and I don't know if I'm going to end the month. I'm ending the month this month with some late things, some late payments, and I don't like that. And I'm struggling because of all those things going up, and my income has not gone up at all. So I'm curbing my spending on everything, guys. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a big wax person. I love home fragrance wax. I'm an independent Scentsy consultant. And so, I'm involved very much in the wax community, but I am stepping back from purchasing wax, and I do retail wax, I do vendor wax on top of that. So I also do fragrant things, with Bath and Body Works as well. And I purchase all of my products that I showcase on my channel. So that's where I'm like, I can't do that anymore. I really got to stop doing that. And I don't need the products anymore either. I have so much in my collections. So that's where the majority of my spending goes. And it's getting cut. So I need to use up the things that I've got and be satisfied with that. So that's what I've decided to do. I am going towards, if I need it, we'll work it in the budget. If it's not a necessity, I am not going to be splurging, because that money needs to go to pay off debt, and that money needs to go to give me an emergency fund, and that money needs to go to increase my retirement. So anyway, that being said, let's get into some of the main money saving things I've implemented this month. Okay, the first thing is subscriptions. I know everybody says, look at your subscriptions and make sure you cancel them or pause them or lower them down or whatever you can do to maintain them at a reasonable rate or no rate at all, or to save money. I decided to get rid of 3. I got rid of 3 this month. I got rid of my dog's BarkBox. We have been getting BarkBox for several years. She has tons of toys. We have a lot of snacks, and the snacks I have in my freezer so I can pull them out and use them, and as we need them. And so we're done. It was $25 a month, and so I'm done with that. I actually got a hold of them and I canceled it completely. I did not pause it. I didn't skip it. None of that. I just canceled it. So that's going to save me $25 a month. The next subscription was my Scentsy website. I had an online website that people could go, customers to go and order directly from that website as needed. Now, since a lot of, things have been going on with the economy and so forth, and prices and stuff going high, I've not had people purchasing. So it's $15 a month. So I decided, you know what, I'm getting rid of it, because, that's $150 in 10 months, that I can save. So I thought, nope, that's going. So I got rid of that. So if anybody still needs Scentsy, I can still order it for them, for people through my workstation. I'm just not going to have the website anymore. The third one was I had a Purple Luxe fragrance, perfume subscription that they could send it to me. It was like $16.88 a month. That one's gone too. So between those 3, I'm going to be saving almost $60 a month. So you take that $60 a month and you multiply it by 10 months. That's $600 in 10 months. And that would be $720 for the year. That's a lot of money. So even if you think, oh, well, I just have a subscription for $5 here, or 15 here, or 20 there, it adds up. So sit down and really pay attention. Total those up and see what you're actually spending, and you may be able to save some money that way. So I have a couple more that I'm looking at too. That one is health related. It's where I get my glucose meters, the automatic, the CGMs. Do I need those? I don't really need those. I can still finger prick. It's still cheaper to finger prick than it is to have those glucose monitors, but those are very nice to have because they measure your glucose throughout the whole day, even when you're sleeping. It's easier to tell what foods affect you and that kind of stuff. So it is beneficial. So I haven't quite decided whether I want to keep with that or not. So, but to me, that teeters between a necessity and not a necessity. So I'm kind of halfway on that. I'm still thinking on that one. But money may be a determinant factor on that as well. So, and if I do not get that one, if I do cancel that one, that's $96 a month savings too. So that one I'm still thinking about, and I have a couple other ones I'm still looking at and thinking about as well. That's one thing. Another way to save money is just quit spending. I'm not buying any more, like I said earlier, I'm not buying any more Scentsy. I'm not buying any more vendor wax. I'm not buying any more Bath and Body Works. I'm not buying any more retail wax. I have plenty, and I do not need to spend any more on those types of products. I'm really not going to get anything or purchase things unless I absolutely need them. And necessity to me is like food, clothing, household things that you need, like toilet paper and cleaning products and that kind of stuff. I'm not even getting cleaning products at this point or any types of laundry stuff because I am stocked up and I don't need it. So I'm finishing up and using up what I have already. I have freezer full of meats, and so I'm not even going to be splurging on getting that kind of stuff. I'm going to eat what I have, and maybe purchase, enough groceries to add to it to make meals and to take my lunches as well. That's another thing. I'm going to be taking my lunches to work instead of purchasing them. And that's another big money saver. It really is. If, you go out to eat for lunch every day, or you even work at a retail place where you just grab something out of the grocery section, you still end up spending a lot more money than if you would just make a meal and then take your leftovers in to eat. So eat leftovers, eat lunches, and it's going to be fine. So that's another money saver, okay? So we've got quit your subscriptions, take your lunches, quit spending on frivolous things, Another one, don't eat out. Since we're talking about food, don't eat out. I do not eat out unless my mom has a thing with, if we go out to eat with her, she wants to pay. She always wants to be the one to pay. So unless I go to with my mom, I'm not eating out. I kind of got slacked on that this last summer because I was running so much because she had some health issues that I was helping her with doctor's appointments, and she was in hospital, had surgeries, that kind of stuff. So I was like on the go for long. So I was just grabbing some fast food stuff from here and there, and I did spend a lot more money doing that. So that's out. So no eating out. I'm trying to think some other stuff, guys. Oh, okay. Utilities. Since my utilities have been so high, I am really working hard to lower my utility bills. So at one point, when utilities kind of were getting high in the past, I took out all of my old light bulbs and replaced them with LEDs. So I don't really have to do that, but that is a good suggestion. And I did see a drop in my electric bill just from doing that. So change your light bulbs, change your your light bulbs to LEDs. That helps tremendously. Another thing that I've done in the past that I kind of got away from doing and I've got back into it is I'm unplugging everything that I do not use on a consistent basis. I also, here in my living room, I have all my top outlets are they're controlled by a switch. I can shut the switch on and off. If it's off, it shuts all the power off to the top outlets in this room. So like my lights, things like that I'm going to be using, I'm going to use instead of unplugging them. I don't want to feel like I want to unplug everything every time I use it. Then I'll put it in the top outlets, and then I throw the switch and it shuts it down. It shuts the circuit down. So there's no phantom energy going through there. And if not, I unplug it. I unplug as much as I possibly can, guys. Now, there's some things I can't unplug, and I'm also using power strips. I do need to get some more power strips because I heard those are also another way to actually stop that electric from going through. You're paying for phantom electricity, you're still paying that current still going through there, guys. So that's one thing I went through my house. There was something down in my basement that I was like plugged in. I didn't even know what it was. So I went over there and I forgot about it, and I got that unplugged. I unplugged my dehumidifier. The weather is pretty decent now, so I unplugged and cleaned up my dehumidifier, so that's not going to be used again until next summer. So that hopefully is going to save a lot of money. Let's see, what else have I unplugged? I'm trying to think, what else have I unplugged? Every time I use something, I unplug it. And like with my wax warmers out here, if they're not in use, they get unplugged. I don't shut I have one that I can't reach the plug. That's why I want to get a strip. That way I can have it up a little bit higher and I can just hit the switch and then that'll be done. So there's ways to save money that way too. I also have raised the temperature in my home. Since I'm using my air conditioning, I'm raised the temperature by 2 degrees. And I heard each degree that you raise it, you can save 1 to 3% on your total bill. So I raised it 2 degrees. I'm fixing to try to do 3 degrees. We're not even hitting 80 degrees here in Indiana as our high this week, and then the end of next week I think we're going to be high of 60s. So I may even just shut the air down at that point. So that will save money too. And I'm hoping it can save a lot of money. Another thing I did, I was reading about your water heater. So I have my water heater set like at about 128. And I went down to check, and because I wasn't sure what I had it set on. So I went down to check to make sure, and it was set on 128. So I decided to lower it down. They said you can lower it down to about 120 degrees, which I read online, and that will still like kill bacteria and that kind of stuff. You don't really want to go much less than that. So I lowered my temperature of my water heater to 120 degrees, and I'm hoping that'll save some money as well. Another thing that I was able to save money on is my pet's food, dog food, or like my Violet's dog food. Her dog food people, where I normally get her dog food, the company, they discontinued making her dog food. So I was on the prowl to find a good dog food, and I think I found something that was very comparable, and it was actually $4 cheaper a bag. So yeah, that's going to help save me a little bit of money, cash there as well. And she's doing really well with it. So that may be something else that you guys could look into too. If you really feel like it, and to switch your pet's food into something that's a little bit more economical, but still healthy for them as well. So that's another way to save money. And that's another way I'm saving money as well. Stand by. She keeps jumping back on me. Trying to think of what else, some other things that are saving money. I like to, if I had to go out and do things, like errands and stuff like that, I try to make one trip. So that's something that you can look at doing too, is instead of, one day going here, one day going there, instead, go out one day, get all your running and all your trip done and in one trip, and then come back and conserve gas. Stay at home a little bit more. Don't be, go to the grocery store once a week. Make sure you get everything you need for the week. Some people do it for a month. Some people do it for a couple weeks. That's even better because that's less trips to the grocery store. that you need to make, so that's less gas you're using in your car and less wear and tear on your vehicle as well. I know in the summertime I have a lot more expenses because of yard work and lawn mowing and all that kind of stuff as well. So I have a electric lawnmower. So when I charge, I have several batteries I have to use to mow my lawn. So when I'm done mowing, I make sure that they get charged, but I keep an eye on them. So the minute they're done charging, they get taken off the charger, or I unplug them. I unplug them from being charged, so that I'm not unnecessarily keeping them on the charger as well. Another thing is your phone chargers, your phone or your electrical chargers. Don't leave them plugged into your outlet. That also continues the even if you don't have anything plugged into it, it still has that power going through there, and you're still being charged for it. So make sure if you have like phone chargers that you use for like your tablets and your cameras or phones and all that stuff, make sure you are unplugging them, because you will get charged. You are being charged for those chargers. I'm trying to think of other things. I don't buy bottled water anymore. I'm not buying bottled water. I'm drinking water from my refrigerator, which is filtered, and I have a well. So I have well water. So I have this guy that I'm drinking, and yes, I do pay for the cartridges, but you get like 6. I get like 6 of these with the cartridges, and sometimes I just let the cartridge stay in there, and it really doesn't have any flavoring left for I don't know how long, just to get some water in. So that's another great way to save money. I was a big Pepsi drinker. I love Diet Pepsi. And so I quit. I've given up the Diet Pepsi. So that's another way to save some money. Pop is getting very expensive. Also, coffee, going out for coffee, getting your coffee at Starbucks in the morning or other places in the morning is really, really expensive. So try not to, make your coffee at home. Maybe get, splurge a little bit and get something a little bit more bougie at home. And even if you get a bougier coffee at home and fix up, a really wonderful cup of coffee at home before you leave, that can still save you money, guys. I'm trying to think what else. Cooking, cooking at home, making your meals. I think I kind of touched on that before. And people are like, oh, but what do you do for entertainment and all that stuff? There's tons of free entertainment on your phones. There's, YouTube that's free. There's, all the social media stuff that's free. I don't do a lot of them, but like Instagram and, all that kind of stuff. There's, you can get your streaming services and stuff, but I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have any streaming services. I don't have any Wi-Fi here at home. I don't have any cable here at home. And I don't have any, I have like antennas on my TVs, and that's what I use. That's what I use. And if I don't use my TVs, I'm not watching TV, they get shut off and they get unplugged. So make sure you're unplugging even your TVs too, guys, because that makes a big, big difference. So those are some things that I've been working on. I've also been doing larger loads of laundry in my washer, and trying to, just do larger loads and less loads, so that I'm still doing a lot of clothes, but I'm doing less amounts. I'm still using my dryer, but I'm kind of contemplating on getting like some racks to put down in my basement. And I think maybe I might, try to do some of that too, to cut back on my dryer usage as well. I also have a chest freezer in my garage, and either this week or next week, and I am planning on unplugging it and cleaning it all out, moving what I have in that freezer into this freezer, because I don't have a whole lot in there, and I'm not going to use that freezer until I can get ahead of the game on this electricity thing. And then if I do return to using it, before I fill it up, I'm going to be plugging it in and seeing letting it run for like a month and seeing how much of a difference it makes in my electric. And if it's too much, maybe it's time to get rid of that freezer and get something that's newer and more high energy efficient. But at this point in time, I really don't feel like I need a lot of freezer space. So that's why I'm going ahead and getting rid of the freezer at this point. So anyway, anywhere I can save money, I'm doing it. I have like dusk to dawn lights outside for my outside lighting. I live in a subdivision, so I have to have my outside light at night and throughout the whole night. And plus, for safety reasons, it is good to have outdoor lighting. But mine are all on dusk to dawn. So when it gets dark enough, they come on, and then when it gets light enough, they go off. So that helps save money as well. But I still like to shut the switches off on the interior right as soon as I can in the mornings to shut them off, because that way I know it's not power loading anything in there. So that's another thing I do as well. So guys, I don't know if anything else at this point that I'm really I'm trying to do to save more money. But as I find out more and I continue, I'm going to give you guys some updates on how this is working out for me. My last bill was $242, which it did go down from the previous month was $252, and this one it did go to $242. But I'm hoping to get it down even less than that, guys. And I know that probably doesn't. Some people's like, oh, that's a good amount. But my bills were never over 130. I mean, ever. That was like the top. That would be like the hottest month of the year and the coldest month of the year. It was never over 130. And for it to jump up to like 250 for me, that is a big amount for me. It really is. And especially being, like I said, on a single income. And I don't want it to get any more than that. And I'm actually hoping it goes down a whole lot less. So the reason for the jump is because our utilities company was able to raise rates. And they really raised rates and hit us hard. They hit us dramatically hard. And I'm hoping and praying that maybe the state of Indiana will kind of step in and say, hey, you guys are going, too much too soon, and you're really hurting and crumpling people because they are, and it's been horrible. And for those who have electric cars or hybrids that need to charge them, I feel for them as well, because maybe that they even purchase these cars so that it would be cheaper for them to be able to run, but now they're probably going to be just as expensive as gas. So that would kind of really upset me as well too. So anyway, whatever your situation is, there's some helpful hints and helpful ways that I'm doing to save money and to save on my bills and so forth, and maybe that's something that you can as well. So I'm going to let you guys go. So if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click the subscribe button, become a member, or become a subscriber. I'm not at member status yet. So, so that, and then click the notification bell so you're notified of any of my new uploaded videos. We'd love to have you join our fam, and I hope you guys enjoyed this new content. And if you did, let me know down below. And if you didn't, let me know down below as well. So I will see you guys next time, and you take care, and may God bless each and every one of you, right? Bye-bye.